everybody. Welcome to the True Crime Squad. I'm Kristi Brower, here with my sister, co host, and partner in crime, Katie Weaver. Hey, Katie.
Hello.
How's it going on this hot Monday morning?
Well, we're hot. We went to sleep hot. We woke up hot. It's hot. Otherwise,
Ugh.
good though. I had all my kids home Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's been,
Yeah,
we actually called them home for a family work weekend, and
nice.
I've like hesitated to do that in the past. I don't know why. It feels weird to tell adults what to do, you know. But at the same
Yeah, but
time,
they'll
like
help you if you need help. I mean,
we needed some help. Yeah,
yeah,
mostly Scott needed help with some outside stuff that
sure.
I can't help with, and anyway, it was really nice. We knocked a ton of stuff off our list and did a bunch of great, some good improvements to our house, and yeah. Besides, had a lot of fun, and it was just great. Yeah,
Good. Oh, I'm so glad.
yeah.
That's
Plus,
awesome.
Matt's
Like
still
good
here, and
kids.
so yeah, they are good kids.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a girls' night tonight. We're going to our favorite Indian restaurant, and then to the Barbie movie. So
I
we're
can't
all
wait for
like
the Barbie
shocked.
movie.
I'm
The
hearing so much
reviews
about the Barbie movie.
are killing me.
Yeah, me
The
too.
way they've swapped the way genders are treated,
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Really interesting. So, yeah,
Mm.
I am super excited. So, overall, I really have nothing to complain about. Also, we are T minus 6 days now from the Lori Vallow sentencing. I mean, it
I
is a
know, I
week from
can't believe
today, but
it.
it will have happened by now. So that's why I'm saying it that way.
Yeah,
But it's time to sentence Lori Vallow, guys.
it is. I can't believe it. I
It's
know I keep
crazy
thinking
talk.
about it, like, I can't believe it's only next Monday, like, it's
Yeah. So here's how we intend for this to play out. Now, listen, all
whew.
bets are off, but this is our plan. It is streamed, and we are going to live stream it here on this channel. We won't be here. Scott's going to stream it for us. I seriously doubt you ever see his smiling face on camera, but we'll see. Who knows? He might surprise me. But he's going to stream it. So it will stream here on the channel so you guys can watch it. It is our very best intention to be there. Since we didn't
Yes,
get to be there live for any of the trial, we felt like this is really be our moment to get to really attend in person. We've attended so many of her hearings. We want to be there.
right.
Uh, it is going to be, it's a crapshoot because uh, that courtroom is very small.
It
That
is,
courthouse
unless
is
they
very
do this in a
small.
bigger one, I don't know. It's
Maybe
not the only courtroom, but
every hearing we've been in has been in the same courtroom, and it's not very big. And they're
mm-mm.
just saying it's first come, first serve. I know it's
You're gonna
ridiculous,
have to
but
battle people in the street
I wish
to
we
get
had it
in.
in to just get a ticket, but that's not the way it works.
No,
So
there's only one court photographer that has an in, and
yes,
everyone else is first come, first serve.
yep. The rest of us are just going to have to fight it out. So I thought we should get there around 6 or 7 to wait in line. Mars is trying to tell me we have to be there at 4. 4!
I think 7 will be good, really.
I do
I do.
too. I hope if we can't get in at 7, I just don't know. They won't even open the doors to the courthouse until 8, 8:30, but
Right.
they may be passing out tickets. That or like these little cards, that's what they've done in the past. So it's my full intention to bring my chair because I can't stand for hours like that. There's no possible way. Bring my chair and wait in line, and
Get a ticket.
that's the plan.
Getting a ticket. Yeah.
If for some reason we don't get a ticket, we'll come home and we'll live it with you. So
Yeah.
one way or another, you're going to see it and we're going to see it. It just
Yep.
we'll see what happens. I
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. I feel like we I should not say this because we don't, but I feel like we deserve to be there. We have covered
Well,
the bejesus out of this case, by God.
we have.
We
It
don't
does
deserve
kind of
to be
feel
there.
like just for our own, like, completion.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah, I mean,
law enforcement
definitely.
deserves to be there. Of course,
Oh.
the family deserves to be there above anything else. And by God, Lori deserves to be there. See you soon,
Mhm.
Lori. But we don't deserve to be there. We just really, really want to be and feel
We
like
do.
we've, in our own minds, earned our stripes. So,
Right. We don't own this case, and if we don't get in, it won't be the worst thing that ever happened, but
no.
we're certainly gonna do our very best.
Yeah. So it will be us, the two of us, Aunt Sue and Mars. I think all four of us are going to try and get in together. So we'll see. It's going to be a media circus.
It is gonna be a wild day, but
Hmm.
I'm just excited for it. One way or the other, we finally get some completion with her.
Yes.
And I know it's not the only trial, and I know all that stuff, but it will
Yep.
feel like some resolution.
Yeah.
And I
And
think
then
we'll
we'll immediately
get her.
see what
Mhm.
Arizona is going to do because they're saying as soon as she is sentenced in Idaho, they are coming for her. So that's going to be
Yep.
interesting.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, and if we do get in, we will probably do a second live later to talk
Oh,
about being in the room and what we observed and stuff.
oh yeah. 1,000% yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
As
Definitely.
long as we get it in ahead of Nancy Grace, that's all I care. I don't know
God
if she's
damn it.
coming.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's not, but
Hopefully not.
I don't
But
like
yeah,
Nancy Grace.
I mean, I
It's
I think
just
that
me.
local news, local podcasters should have priority. We live
Me
here.
too.
Come on. Anyway. All right. Well, with that,
Well, on that soapbox.
yeah, I know you're going to kick it off with a little WTF news.
Hmm. Are you familiar with the Facebook trend called "Are we dating the same guy?"
Yeah, I've seen those groups.
Yes. So
Look like,
there are Facebook groups all over the place called "Are we dating the same guy?" You can find them in your area, your state. I promise somebody has built it.
mm-hmm.
There's "Are we dating the same guy Southeast Idaho?" "Are we dating the same guy Idaho?" "Are we
Oh,
dating the same
wow.
guy Valley?" Uh, I had learned about these groups a while back because my daughter showed me the one for the Boise area that she thought was hilarious because the same guys just keep popping up and
Yeah.
they're not winners. And then reading the
No.
comments from like multiple women who have children with them, who have had run ins with them and whatever, like it's a pretty brilliant red flag system. Well, recently in Virginia Beach, Virginia, there was a woman who posted in one of those groups. And her name is Christina Wang. And Christina had posted, "Are we dating the same guy, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Newport News area?" She posted a picture of her husband that was actually a screenshot from his Bumble because obviously he was on dating
Busted.
sites. Well, kind of. We'll get there. Uh, so she had posted that in this group, along with an explanation that this is my husband, Calvin. If you see him on this app or any others, please know that he is married and let me know if he matches/ chats with you. And then, of course, women were supporting her and like, hey, you're beautiful. Move on. Make it cost
Yeah.
him everything. You can do better than this stuff. The next comment, she just got arrested for second-degree murder.
Yeah.
Well, she did. So 2 days after this was posted, there's a little bit more of it. Uh, Christina went to his house. That's right, his house.
Mm.
Because back in 2022, around May, he was taking out the garbage. Calvin was taking out the trash. They've been married since 2017, by the way, and have one child. And in 2022, he was taking out the trash and discovered a pregnancy test in the trash, which he thought was weird because they hadn't been intimate in quite a long time. There were a lot of issues in this marriage.
Oh,
Then
dear.
he went upstairs and he searched through her stuff a little bit and discovered a whole bunch of pregnancy tests, some used, some not, and a bunch of condoms, some used, some not. And
Ew.
yeah, I don't get that.
What?
But at any rate, so he confronted her. They had a horrible screaming match in the street. And he was screaming at her that you've been cheating. And she was screaming, "Someone help me. He's threatening me with a gun." So the police were called, and that was kind of the first incident. 2 months later, he filed for divorce and moved out to a different townhome complex. He's in the military there in Virginia Beach,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the last thing he wants is to get in trouble with the law.
Right. Of
So
course.
they've actually been living apart ever since. She has remained in their home, and he's been living separately. So they've actually
Wow.
been separated for about a year. Their
Mm-hmm.
divorce isn't final yet. But so she sees him showing up on dating apps. I'm going to assume because she was on them too.
Yeah.
And goes to his apartment. Apparently, she recorded the entire altercation. We haven't
Oh,
seen that, but that's what or is being reported is that she recorded the entire altercation where they had a screaming fight. She accused him of cheating. She slapped him in the face, and then he told her she had to leave. She wasn't allowed to be there anymore, and she pulled a gun out of her purse and shot him in the stomach and in the head
oh my God.
and left. And that was on the
Domestic violence
15th,
murder.
and his body wasn't discovered until the 17th. So she just let him lay dead in his apartment for 2 days.
And weren't those posts also on the 15th?
No, they were 2 days before.
Oh, they were 2 days before she shot him or 2 days before he was found?
Well, that's a good question, actually.
I
They're saying
think that I
2 days
read that
before
they,
the altercation, but maybe it was the same day, just 2 days after before they found him. It could be.
yeah,
It could
that was
be.
one thing I had read, but
So
there,
this Gina, who has now ruined her life, killed her
wow.
to be ex-husband, and ruined the life of her child, who now is going to have no parents,
Oh
and
my God.
is the crime scene. So
Wow.
she's now been charged, obviously, with second-degree murder, and yeah, it's really sad.
And they have video of it that she took.
Yeah.
Wow.
The arrest warrant claims that she admits to the whole thing and references the video.
Yikes.
So
That is wild.
her attorney filed a plea document that says that the plaintiff has, oh, this was in the divorce fight. Her attorney had claimed that plaintiff has condoned defendant's adulterous acts, thus plaintiff cannot use adultery as grounds for divorce. So she can cheat, but he can't, apparently. I just don't think it's surprising after
Mm.
they've separated for a year that he was on a dating app.
No, I mean, if they were headed toward divorce and that was the plan and that was clearly his intention,
Hmm.
God, that's
In this
horrifying.
Channel 6 News article, and I'll link it to the in our show notes. Something kind of interesting was said. This is from Olivia Smithberger. She's the executive director of a domestic violence shelter in Virginia Beach. She said it's heartbreaking to hear things like this, especially knowing there are resources and there are ways this could have been avoided.
Hmm.
Then she said, as the temperatures rise, so does the temperament of those that may be in relationships that are not going well. So we start to see an escalation in calls in the need of services. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
That as it gets
I did.
hotter, people get more pissed off and domestic violence gets worse.
Yeah. I remember when I worked in domestic violence that that was a known thing that in the middle of summer when it got hot, we
Hmm.
knew we were going to get busy.
Yeah. Also, she had provided a resource that I think is important for anyone to hear, and that is that in order to access the National Domestic Violence Helpline, all you have to do is text START.
Yeah, the way
Text
that
the word
they're able
START.
to doing that now is amazing.
Yep. Oh, you text START to 88788. Sorry.
And all
Oh,
you have
that's
to
the
do is
same
just,
thing. Yep. Yep.
yeah,
Text
so
START.
basically the number, it in numbers and then it in letters.
Yep. And then someone will contact you and help you start getting some resources and figure out what to do. So I thought that was brilliant and important to share. So
It
we'll keep an
is.
eye on this case. It looks to me like it's probably going to be pretty open and shut considering that she videoed it and admitted to it. And also want to make clear there's no indication that he was abusive towards her, except for the fight they had in the street when he discovered she'd been cheating, but that seemed to be kind of a mutual thing. Uh,
Hmm.
so I want to make that clear. We're not victim shaming here. That's not going to be happening. But at
No,
any
no,
rate,
not at all.
before things get to this point, get some help and get the hell out.
Yeah, there's so many resources for
Yeah.
domestic violence now, and but there's still such a stigma for men. I mean, I think this is a
Right.
great
I mean,
example of
she's
we need to
appearing to be the
remember,
batterer. Yeah.
yeah, women can be batterers, men can be victims. That is very real.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
this appears to be that, which
Yeah,
is
for
really,
sure.
really unfortunate.
It is. But also, for a good time, go find that Facebook group as it relates to your area. It'll be eye
Oh,
opening
Lord.
and
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. Uh, so before we switch on over to our main case, we wanted to talk about a product that we have been trying and introduce it to you guys because we're pretty sold. We're pretty interested. It is called Magic Mind. This is what it looks like. Just a little bottle. You drink a bottle of this every day, like in the morning. I've just been doing it in the morning when I take my meds.
Hmm.
And it's supposed to help give you more energy, sharpen you up, like give you that extra
Focus,
focus.
attention.
Which is why we were compelled because we both are quite ADD and have a hell of a time with focus and attention. And I'm amazed. I am truly amazed. The first day that I took it, I accomplished 3 times that I in a day that I normally do
Right?
and have felt good. So I've been on it for several days now and I'm just continuing to find more reasons why I like it. Physical
Hmm.
energy has been better for sure. But yes, focus, being able to find that missing word that I'm frequently at a
Oh,
loss for has been better.
yeah. I've noticed that as well. And just the ability to attend to something for
Yeah,
longer without getting distracted, which I am the queen of distraction.
me too. Me too. But I also want to tell you guys about the taste because I was scared when I saw it. This green drink
Hmm.
stuff. I don't like green drinks. I do not like nothing about the way this looks made me want to put it in my mouth. I'm really
Agreed.
weird about
Matcha,
stuff.
not my thing.
No, and I'm just oh god, I was ready. I had a chaser ready because I thought if
So
this
did I.
kills
That's so
me,
funny.
and my daughters watched me do it because they thought I was going to retch, which is really normal for me. I did not. It doesn't taste bad at all. It's also just one
Mhm.
swallow. It's not a lot. It's not like you have to kill yourself trying to get it down. It's
Right.
kind of sweet. It does not have that hay taste that I think matcha or alfalfa y taste that matcha kind of does. It's
Hmm.
good. I could
A little
actually
bit
drink a much
citrusy.
larger portion of this and not lose my mind. So don't be
Me
weirded
too.
out by
Yeah.
the color. The matcha is just a part of it's a part of why it's great, why it works. But I
Yeah.
wanted to point that out because if you guys are like me, the color, the green drinky stuff is off putting. Don't be worried. It's not bad at all. And in
It
fact, I
isn't.
didn't think it was bad. It's fine.
No, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Well, and so it has matcha for energy. It has adaptogens to help you relax,
Hmm.
nootropics to keep you focused, and then some other things for immunity. And
Hmm.
I thought that was really interesting because it's for energy, but it's also relaxing. It is not,
Right.
does not make you jittery,
Oh no.
doesn't make you shaky like if you drank 10 cups of coffee, and
No,
a
it doesn't
lot
make
of
you
these
anxious
drinks,
and weird. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of these like energy and focus drinks do that. I can't
Hmm.
handle most of them because of the jittery, anxious feeling. You don't get that
Oh
at all.
yeah.
You actually feel more relaxed,
Hmm.
which makes it easier to get things done and stay focused. It's really
Hmm.
great.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I know. I'm curious. I'm sold. I think it's great. And
I am
again,
too.
I've focused honestly since I lost my thyroid several years ago to a tumor. I have felt like I just could not get my shit together. I couldn't
Yep.
focus. I just couldn't quite get there. And I'm really encouraged.
Yeah, I am too. So, our friends at Magic Mind have hooked us up. There is a link on the screen if you are watching, but the link will also be in our show notes that you get 20% off if you want to give it a shot.
Hmm.
But if you're one of those scattered brain, tired all the time, can't focus and get your shit together, I'm telling you,
Hmm.
this stuff works.
Start 12 projects and finish none of them. Yeah.
Guilty, guilty, guilty. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good.
Awesome.
So give it a go and let us know what you think. I'm curious.
Yeah. Let us know what you think. Comment on YouTube or on Spotify or in our group or wherever. Check it out. We'll be sharing this link in other places too,
Oh, yeah.
but it'll always be in the show notes when we talk
Hmm.
about it. So that way
For sure.
you can check it out.
Yeah. Well, with that, I'm going to kick the mic over to you for our main case.
Yeah. can believe it, another serial killer has just been arrested. That makes 4 in 2 or 3 weeks. There was the guy in Southern California that has been arrested for the murders of some women in Mexico.
Yeah.
There's the guy in Oregon that's been arrested for several deaths, and the community had thought for a long time that there was a serial killer active in Oregon, and guess what? There is. And then, of course, there is the one in Long Island,
Oh yeah, the
who
Gilgo
is at
Beach
least part of the
killer.
Lisk murders, the Gilgo Beach murders,
Yeah.
right? That's 3.
They're
Well,
currently digging up his yard, by the way, and calling in the medical examiner. The
oh,
list
good
is going
God.
to grow. Yeah.
Yes, it definitely is. I want to tell you a little bit about this dude, maybe.
I mean, forget hot girl summer. It's hot cop summer. They are turning up
They are. Hang on one second.
the
Sorry, I
heat
had
here and finding one after
his
another.
image. Yeah, they are. So this guy, this is him. His name is Oscar Sanchez Garcia,
Hmm.
and he has now been arrested for the murders of 3 women in Texas.
Yeah.
These murders have occurred in the last 3 months. One
Yeah.
of them at the end of June, and one of them literally like 10 days ago.
Oh.
So Kimberly Robinson and Cherish Gibson are the identified victims. So this is Kimberly, and this is Cherish. And there's a third victim that they have yet to even identify. She was
Oh
found on
boy.
the 15th of July this month.
Wow.
So let me tell you a little bit about what we know, which is not a lot, as you can imagine. It's a little early in the game, but they definitely have some things. So Garcia was identified through DNA, surveillance footage, and cell phone data. We don't know exactly what DNA they're referring to. If it's his, he has been in the system before. So it may be that it's actually his DNA on victims.
Hmm.
Some surveillance footage picked up his vehicle that he'd been driving in the area at the time that one of the bodies had, before it was located. And then, of course, as we know through the Lori Vallow Daybell case, through so many cases now, that cell phone records and cell phone GPS, it's saving the day over
Yeah.
and over and over again. So um, Sanchez Garcia uh, is alleged to have stabbed the victims and left them sort of in an open grassy area. So one was found by the Trinity River. Um, Another was found on Santa Fe Avenue, and this is in Dallas, Texas, Dallas area.
Sure.
Um, so yeah, and they have some pretty good evidence on him. Oh, and the last
Yeah, it looks
victim,
like they
who's
do.
unidentified, um, found on the 800 block of Brazos Street. So there was surveillance video from a business nearby that picked up his pickup where Gibson's body was found.
Okay.
Um, so the victims were working as sex workers, and I know that the families are so relieved of these women that this man is off the street before
Yeah.
he kills anybody else. And frankly, has he killed anybody else? Because these deaths are all so close together.
Yeah.
I mean, it does make you wonder. He was in the system because of some domestic violence against his wife. And I mean, this is just the beginning, guys. We don't know. There may be more bodies. But it is really, I don't know that I should say heartening, but it is.
Yeah,
4
it is.
serial killers in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe we're getting better at getting these guys off the streets. I have to give law
Yeah.
enforcement some props here.
Yeah.
The Gilgo Beach murders have been around a damn long time, and I'm
Yeah.
so glad that we've got a suspect there now. But the murders in Oregon and the ones in Mexico from the guy from Southern California, and now this case, these are new. These are
Hmm.
recent bodies within the last 2 years, all of them. And that just, I mean, how often do they go as long as Gilgo Beach is gone with
Mhm.
no resolution?
Yeah.
So we're seeing some really good things. And so, I'm always willing to give credit where credit is due. And I'm really happy with the police and proud of the work that they're doing, particularly because the
Yeah.
victims in these cases a lot of them have been sex workers.
Mhm.
And in the past, the deaths of sex workers have gone pretty much like you get what you get. That's
Yeah.
been the attitude. And to see how hard they're working to solve these cases now and taking them seriously, like, oh, I don't know, these women are actual human beings
Mhm.
who deserve that respect and who deserve justice and their families deserve justice. It That's a positive swing. And I'm not saying that there aren't problems in law enforcement with this stuff. There is, but I think we're seeing a shift with 4 of them in a 3-week period. I
Yeah.
mean, that's amazing. They're doing some heavy duty investigation, and
Definitely.
it makes me feel better that maybe we're gonna see these cases not go, unsolved for so long, and maybe
And
murder,
racked up so many deaths.
yeah,
Yeah.
wrap up so many, and maybe now they're gonna be able to catch people much sooner than has happened in the past. Serial killers have a tendency to get away for a long time
Mhm.
before ever being identified, and
Yeah.
these 3 cases, these newer cases, I mean, that's fast.
Yeah, really fast.
So we'll keep an eye on the case. He is obviously in jail. He has, what was his bond? Like $4 million or something. They're working on identifying the third victim. And of course, I'm sure they're also looking at determining,
Are there any
um,
others?
are there
Yeah.
any others now that they've got his um, information in the system? Are they going to
Yeah.
find anything else? So we'll keep you updated on what's going to happen here. No word at all about what he's pleading. He's being held in the Dallas County Jail on 3 counts of murder. I'm not sure that he has even pled yet,
Right.
so we're not really hearing anything as far as what he's going to do. If he's going to make us take him to trial, or if he's going to plead, we don't know.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more to come also to determine are there other bodies. God, I hope not. I
Yeah.
hope this is it.
Well, good on them.
So yeah,
And as always,
sometimes,
so much love to the victims' families. What a
oh,
horror.
definitely
Yeah.
heartbroken, but very pleased that he's been caught so quickly and is
Yeah.
off the street so that nobody else has to be hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, Katie, I'm gonna kick the mic back to you for some crime news.
Yeah. So this is Dr. Henry Lee. Dr.
Oh,
has been involved in many, many high profile cases over the years. He's a forensic and he has testified in many, many high profile cases. I'll tell you a few of them. Uh, he is currently the director of the Forensic Research and Training Center at the Henry C. Lee Institute of Forensic Science, and he's the distinguished chair professor in forensic science at the University of New Haven. However, just last week, he found federal court to be guilty of fabricating evidence that sent teens to prison for 30 years.
oh boy.
Yeah. In this case, there was a hand towel that was a big part of the forensic evidence. It was kind of the only forensic evidence in this case.
Hmm.
Uh, and the the perps or supposed perps were two guys named Ralph Ricky Birch and Sean Henning. So they were convicted in 1985 of killing a man named Everett Carr, based in part on testimony from Dr. Lee. Dr. Lee said there were bloodstains on a hand towel found in the man's home. Okay, and that was like the only forensic evidence they had, and they had that there was bloodstains on it. That basically he was saying yes, they had to have wiped their hands off on this towel.
Hmm.
Well, recently the towel was retested, thinking about DNA, right?
Right. Yeah.
There was no blood on the towel.
Oh no.
And in fact, going back over all of his case notes, he never tested the towel.
Oh shit.
So it appears that Dr. Lee blatantly lied in open court about this, and it helped put these men in prison. Now they're both out now and being exonerated because this is huge. It's huge. It's
Right.
a huge miscarriage of justice, and our hearts go out to them and their families completely. My God, their
Right.
lives were completely ruined by this.
Wow.
But it goes so much deeper. And this is where the big worry is. Because whenever you see somebody like this that is proven to have been dishonest, you have to immediately wonder about all of their other cases and all of the other testimony. And is it possible this has happened before? And how many appeals and maybe new trials is this going to trigger, or exonerations? I mean, there's a lot of questions here
Hmm.
about what could this trigger. So let me tell you about some of his cases so that you understand how serious this is. Which, by the way, it's serious. If anybody went to prison, that shouldn't have been. Anybody.
Right.
Dr. Lee worked on John Benet Ramsey, the
Mm.
Crafts wood chipper murder,
Oh.
the O.J. Simpson trial, the Lacey Peterson case, post
Oh.
9/11
Holy shit.
forensics, the Washington, D.C. sniper shootings, the
Oh no.
reinvestigation, yeah, the reinvestigation of John F. Kennedy. He investigated the 319 shooting incident of President Chen Shui-bian and Vice President Annette Lu. He also, Ken Starr had hired him to work on his investigation team in the death of Deputy White House counsel Vincent Foster, who turned
Oh
out to
yeah.
be a suicide, or so they think. Um,
Holy
he
shit.
consulted on the 1991 death of investigative journalist Danny Casolaro.
Whoa.
And this
That
one is a
is
little,
so
yeah,
many big cases.
so many. Initially, he said that evidence, in that case particularly, presented him to by police was inconsistent with suicide, and then changed his mind later on. He was consulted as a blood spatter analyst during the trial of Michael Peterson, who was a fiction writer and politician from North Carolina who killed his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He testified in as a prosecution expert. That's what's scary, is he was the prosecution expert most of the time in the trial of Cal Harris, who was a car dealer that was accused of killing his wife. And it goes on and on and on and on. He also was involved in the early stages of investigations to the death of Kaylee Anthony.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
Are they going to have to revisit every single one of those cases
Are
in
they?
those jurisdictions?
Lacey Peterson, God damn it.
Lacey Peter. Oh
Yeah.
no.
So there was an incident with him in 2007. This was the Phil Spector trial.
Oh
And
yeah.
the there was an incident where the judge said that he concluded that Lee hid or destroyed a piece of evidence from the crime scene. This was the actress Lana Clarkson's murder.
Mm-hmm.
So he said he absolutely did not, but police say that he gathered a small white object from the crime scene and put it in his pocket, and it was never turned over to prosecutors.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
So the
it's not
judge
just
ruled that
once.
he did do it, but did not rule that there was any malice or that he had lied on the stand. So it's a very narrow kind of gray area.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, at some point he's going to put his hand in his pocket and go, "Oh shit, I got to get this into evidence."
Hmm.
Not it just never turns up again,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Right.
Oh boy.
So now we have this. here in 2023, it is an extreme concern, that
Mhm.
all of those other cases are going to, be triggered into being able to have a new look. And maybe they should. On one hand, I'm like,
Yeah,
holy shit, we don't need this. But on the other hand, are there other innocent people in prison because of him?
right.
And if that's true, we need to know. So,
Then they should all be revisited,
but this
which
could be an
sucks, but
absolute nightmare for law enforcement and for the courts.
yeah.
Yeah. And those are just the high profile cases. There's hundreds more that he's been involved in.
Jesus.
So, not good.
Fuck off, Dr. Lee. That's what I
Yeah.
say about that. Holy
Yeah.
hell.
Unbelievable. Yep. So, with that, that's what I had.
Wow. Well, that's a way to end a Monday episode, isn't it? Holy crap, because you know that every defense attorney in the land is looking at that going, we're going back to court.
Let's go. Yep.
Because that would entirely be their job.
Hmm.
God, I hope there aren't more people in prison that shouldn't be in prison for this.
Right.
That's horrific.
But I also
And
hope
what a
people don't get put
traitor
back
this
on
guy
the
is.
streets because of this. This shouldn't be.
Right?
It's a revolving
Could
door.
go either
This is
way.
awful.
Well, that's definitely something we're going to keep an eye on and keep you updated about.
100%. Yeah.
Because that is some scary shit.
Hmm.
Whew. All right. Well, that is our Monday episode. We'll be back on Tuesday with a new episode. We'll be back on Wednesday with case updates.
Hmm.
And we're just in countdown to uh, Lori Vallow's sentencing.
Should we call
It's
it
about all I can
V-Day?
think about. V
Let's
Day.
call
V
it
Day.
V-Day.
Yes.
Yes.
Rusty V Day. Rusty V Day.
Rusty V-Day. Yes.
If you
we'll
know,
take
you
it.
know. All right. Well, you know it. We are the True Crime Squad. Thanks for being here.
Take care.